Hello, beautiful people. I'm Kia, and this is another episode of Hot Topics Live Podcast, the special series on dating after 40. And you've been in a long term relationship for like 10, 15, 20, or more years, and you feel completely out of touch with the new digital dating landscape or the dating landscape in general because you've been in a committed relationship and you don't know where to start. So that's where we're at today. I'm going to put my phone on silent because it is blowing up all of a sudden. So, anyways, I'm Kia, like I said, and this is the third episode in this special limited series. If you don't know me by now, not only am I the creator and host of Hot Topics Live podcast and the Female Veterans podcast, I am a performance coach with the London Real Academy. I have been working with London Real Academy performance coaching with thousands of students for a few years now, right? I must have coached maybe over 1,000 students by now, and it's my passion. I just love it. And I want to bring those strategies that I use to lovingly nurture and push them over the finish line in our courses to the world of dating and help you get back out there because I'm speaking from experience, honey. This is not something that I don't know what I'm doing because I've never done it. This is something that I've done, I am doing, I will continue to do, and I have some practice at it now. Because when my marriage ended, I had no idea what to do. I had no idea where to start. If you are like me, maybe you gave all of yourself to your commitment, to your children, to your spouse, to your career, to all of that stuff. And somewhere along the way, you forgot about you. Like you just prioritized every person in your life, your friends, everybody above yourself. I mean, maybe it wasn't that extreme for you, but for me, it was. And one day I just realized that I didn't know what happened to me. I didn't know who I was anymore, where the Kia that I loved being had gone. Like the Kia from my 20s before I was, married or ever, or after my first marriage ended, how I worked so hard to reclaim myself and to heal and to grow, and the woman that I'd become. And then I met my second husband. And then in that 13-year space of time, I completely lost myself. I stopped doing everything that I loved doing. I put on a lot of weight. Honestly, I can remember just being in my pajamas. I mean, I know part of that was like postpartum and pregnancy depression. I had pregnancy depression too with the first one. And I just didn't recover. And in retrospect, I kind of think about my husband and I'm like, he met this like really vivacious, fun-loving, like sexy woman, and what I morphed into was someone else that I didn't even recognize. And so sometimes I kind of feel bad for him because he didn't get the best part of me after a while. And so 13 years later, I had to try to figure out what to do with myself, right? Like what was I going to do? My gosh, my hair is just out of place. All right, it's not the end of the world. But anyway, so um I had to find myself again. I had to rediscover me. I had to fall in love with me, and I had to get prepared to get back out there because I am a hopeless romantic, you guys. Maybe you're like me. Maybe you don't want to give up on love. I mean, I know a lot of my friends are like, I'm done. I'm good. I've had enough. And I have other people that I know or that are just unhappily married and just kind of sticking with it. And I'm not an advocate for divorce. In fact, I quite the opposite. I believe in marriage and I love the idea of it. And I wish that I had been like some of my other friends who met the love of their life in high school and stayed married this entire time. I thought that's what would happen to me, but it wasn't the hand I was dealt. So you've got to handle things the way they are, right? You've got to face the reality as it is in the present before you can start creating the new reality that you want. So this episode is all about asking yourself one simple question. And that question is, would you date you? Really, let's think about it. Let's think about it. Okay? And I'm not just talking about on the outside, but I am. But I'm not just talking about on the outside. I'm talking about on the inside, mentally and emotionally as well. We have to really come back to ourselves, right? And whatever that means for you, whether that means finding YouTube videos that you like and that you vibe with, that are educational, that are teaching you things, hopefully, like this one, or you go to a retreat, or you find a coach that you can private coach with, or a coaching group, or a Facebook community, or you just get on TikTok and you watch a lot of videos, right? Whatever your thing is, there's something out there for you that can help you rediscover the things about yourself that you want to create, right? And that you loved and that you lost. And bring those back and add in some new ones, honey, because you are amazing. You're amazing. And just because you lost it for a minute, because you forgot who you are, who you were, doesn't mean it has to stay like that. So now that you have divorced and you have hopefully spent some time healing, if you haven't, go back to episode 2. Okay. And if you have no idea why I'm doing this or what I'm doing here, go back to episode 1 of this special limited series, How to Date After You've Been in a Long-Term Relationship or After Divorce, right? And on the Hot Topics Live channel. Okay. And subscribe. Okay. Because you guys are watching, but you're not subscribing. And how am I going to get this out to enough people, to my older millennials and my Gen X fam, if you're not subscribing so that YouTube will push this out and let people know I'm here? Right. So subscribe and I will love you for it. Also, drop me a like. It's free, you guys. And it's an easy way to say that you appreciated what I'm doing here today or what I'm trying to do here today. And what that is just from the bottom of my heart, help somebody. And if I can help one person, then I'm happy. Then I'm happy. So thank you for watching. And I appreciate you. Know, drop a like, drop a comment, leave a comment. If you agree, you disagree, you have other ideas, you want to add input, definitely drop a comment. Okay. So that being said, let's get back to it, right? So what you want to do is you want to get back to you. So spend some time, not just like meditating, but thinking about who you once were and who you want to be, right? Who is it that you want to be? And the best question someone ever told me after a breakup was, what do you want now? And I didn't know. What do you want now? And so getting really clear on what you want is part of like the mental aspect that we talked about last week. But even beyond that, it's like figuring out, okay, well, what do I want to look like? There's a cute trend, being the main character or becoming her or him on TikTok, right? And I love that because you can really envision, what do you want to look like? If you are a woman in her 40s or 50s, maybe even your late 30s, you might be feeling like aesthetically, you're not feeling as sexy as you once were. So, if you were wondering what you should do, right? I say anything you want. You want Botox? Go get Botox. Do your research though. Make sure it's right for you. You want some lip filler? Go get some lip filler. Is that going to make you feel good and sexy and juicy and sensuous and make you want to come alive? Go do it. Do you need a boob job? Go do it. Right. But maybe it's not that serious, right? Maybe you don't want a BBL. Okay. I'm not saying you have to get that in order to feel sexy, right? It could just be starting a skincare ritual that makes you feel good in your own skin. It could be going to the spa and creating time for spa days. It could be, or just massages, like working that into your budget, into your schedule. It could be going for walks, taking care of your body, exercising, right? So the thing is about becoming her, when you're sitting down visualizing, then you're going to write it down. Write down what the new you is. What does she wear? What does she look like? What does he wear? What does he look like? Because this is not gender specific. Like men, their wives leave, they leave their wives, and then they find their life upside down. I did one of my very first episodes of Hot Topics Live podcast was just about that. It was about men. And if I'll post a clip of that to the YouTube channel. But this episode was with a friend of mine that was at London Real Academy. She went through the podcasting course, and she was talking about her business helping men after divorce, which I love. I should have her back. And it's really unsettling. It really, for men, you could not believe, you wouldn't think how impactful a divorce is for a man, right? Because a lot of times they go from their mama's house to their wife's house, or they are being used to being taken care of. They've had the same way of life for months and months and months, years and years and years. And all of a sudden, the CEO of life, their wife, is gone, right? And they have to figure everything out. I have a lot of compassion for that. I have 2 sons, raising men. I love men. I'm not with the divide. I just think respect, mutual respect and love is needed. But that's just my opinion. Don't try to come for me. But like I said, I love men, and this is a safe space for men. And in fact, my show is still viewed mostly by men. So I love you and thank you, and subscribe. So anyway, guys, are you feeling sexy? Did you slide in your attire? Have you let yourself go? Are you just wearing workout gear all the time? You're not even doing sexy athleisure, right? Like, you take a look in the mirror, see what needs work, because you're insecure about it. So start there. Start with the things that you're insecure about and then do something about it. For me, okay, I'm going to be very vulnerable with you. For me, it's my stomach, right? I've had 2 kids, I had 2 C-sections, right? I have a little bit of loose skin that I'm really insecure about. And so my plan is to handle it. Yes, I'm going to have like a little mini mommy makeover. I do pinup, right? So this, I think I do okay without it, right? I do okay without it. This is my second cover. This is Retro Lovely Magazine, so shout out to them. You can find them on Instagram. Then they have links to get all of the magazines. You have to really look for mine, or you can go to my Instagram at Creativity, and you can find it there, and find the links to my covers. So, but I do okay in my pinup, right? But I want to feel sexier. So what is it for you? Right? And then for me, it's putting the money aside, it's prioritizing that instead of, all the other things. That I'm a single mom. I run this household and I run my business myself. So it's a small business. I have to prioritize, right? Like many of you, and I have to budget it in, right? So because I like to travel and I like to do all these things, right? And I don't want to break the bank. So timing is everything. So that's my plan. That's my thing. But in the meantime, I became blonde. I have blue eyes now, right? I always keep my nails done. It's a mental health thing for me. Okay. I feel sexiest if my nails are on point. Okay. Like all of that stuff. I have a whole new wardrobe, really. I had to decide at this age what sexy felt like to me. Male or female, same deal. You can become him, you can become her. You just have to be disciplined, right? If you feel like you need to lose a few pounds, do it. Do it. Don't Tony Robbins always says it can't be a should. It has to be a must. And you have to find the leverage, something you want enough to push yourself into taking massive action. Okay? So whatever story you're telling yourself in your head, he always says your emotional state, right? And this is true. Okay. If you're not in a good emotional state, you're not going to have a very good story that you're telling yourself in your mind. So then you're not going to take the right action. You're not going to be ready. You're not going to be mentally or emotionally ready to take action, the action you need to take. So you've got to do that. You've got to do whatever it takes because the outcome, love does hurt and divorce does suck. But the thing is, love is also wonderful. And being with someone that is mutually attracted to you and creating that connection and that bond is awesome. It's awesome. So get back out there and go get it. It's out there for you. You cannot tell me with 7 billion people in the world, you cannot find someone for you. I said it before in a previous episode. It's the law of averages. You've got to just get back out there. But before you do, you have to fall in love with you. You have to be sexy to you. You have to be attractive to you mentally, emotionally, and physically. This is really important. This is self care. This is self love. So you have to create rituals or practices around these things. It's a ritual or a practice for me to get my nails done every 2 weeks. Three if they did a really bomb ass job. So it's a ritual for me to figure out which blonde I like best and stay on top of my hair game, right? It's a ritual for me to decide what looks I want for the season and go out there, even if I have to do it on a budget. Get you a Shein haul. That's what it's called, right? And or I really love Nordstrom Rack, to be honest with you, but I love shopping anyways, and I will shop anywhere if it's cute. And if I need, if I want a really expensive pair of shoes and I have it in my budget, go get the $800 pair of shoes if they're going to make you feel sexy. They're an investment. Didn't you watch Sex in the City? So anyway, and the point of the matter is you need to feel good about you and you need to put a plan in action and execute on it to feel good about you, to take you from where you are feeling like you don't know where to begin and getting back out there to where you want to be in a loving, committed relationship or in a casual, non monogamous relationship with multiple partners. Hey, that's your choice. But it all starts with you becoming your best version of you, the person that you would want to date, right? So that's what today's episode is about. I hope that you got something out of it. I'm here to support you. I'm cheering for you. We're in this together. We are going to start talking about getting on dating apps. We're going to talk about stories about my dating experiences that I've had. I have some tips, tricks, and strategies for you. I have some funny stories and experiences you can't believe that are all coming up. So stay tuned for the next episode where we're going to be talking about the next part of the phase after this. Go and follow me on Instagram at Hot Topics Live Podcast. And I'm on TikTok now as well. So that's in the description box below. And feel free to drop me a message, a comment, DM me on Instagram with your topics, how you're feeling about this series. If you have some input, if there's something I missed and you want me to talk about it, all of that good stuff. I really hope you're enjoying this. I am. And I will be back next week with the episode number 4. And I appreciate you guys for coming on this journey with me. I actually have a regular episode of Hot Topics Live podcast next week too with my girl Symbia. And it's going to be a powerful, powerful episode. So please set your notifications so you know when I come live so that you can catch it live, or at least you know that I came live so that you can watch it when you have time. But please like, share, subscribe, watch the shorts, go to Instagram, watch the reels, give comments, save them on Instagram because everybody's got to do their part with these algorithms. They're different on every platform. And I'm brand new to TikTok. I think I have 2 posts up. So please go to TikTok and show some love. Please help me grow and go and follow me on TikTok as well. The information again is in the description box. Just scroll to the bottom. It's on the bottom. And I appreciate you. I love you. And I'll see you next week.